Still brand new. Don't ask me why, but then I'll tell you because we launched our newly reconstructed studio today, and it feels so great in here. So, welcome on board. Now, let's talk about education. The right to education is a fundamental human right. However, that is an expensive right. So, it's either the government is paying or private individuals are paying. If you also look at tertiary education and the importance of it, it is needed rather. It provides the needed skills for citizens to contribute to increased productivity in the workforce while enhancing professional capabilities. So our focus this evening is on benefits of functional and effective tertiary education. And of course our case study is Goal University, that is Godfrey Okoye University. So let me introduce you to my guests here in the assembly, Sister Professor Mary Sylvia Nwachukwu. She is the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Goal University here in Enugu State. It's good to have you. Welcome to the assembly.
Thank you very much.
Okay, how do you feel? How do you feel this studio? Tell us.
I'm happy to hear that we
Tell
are.
us.
I'm happy to hear that we are
a new
sitting in a reconstructed studio.
So,
are we the first to be interviewed in this studio?
Well, you're part of the first. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Thank
we
you
also
very
have
much.
Miss Chinelo and a Go University graduate. Thank you for coming. Good evening.
Okay.
Thank
We
you
also
very
have
much.
Miss Chinelo and
All right.
Goal
Chisomo Koli is
University
here as well, graduate
Thank you for
assistant,
coming. Good
Go
evening.
University.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm very happy
Thank
to
you
be
very
here.
much.
All right.
A new-
Chisomo Koli is here as
happy to
well,
be here.
graduate
All right.
assistant,
Chisomo
Goal
Koli is here as well, graduate assistant, Go University. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, let's begin with you, Sister Professor Mary Sylvia Nwachukwu. Godfrey Okoye University prides itself as a university or unity of knowledge, rather. Now, tell us more about it, the vision, the mission, and how far Godfrey Okoye University has come.
Yes, we pride ourselves with unity of knowledge. Our motto and logo, the concept of unity of knowledge is enshrined in our motto and logo. Our motto is unity of knowledge, and our logo is depicted as two hearts that are sitting on an open book. The left side is the scientific heart, which covers scientific knowledge. The right is humanistic heart, which includes arts and humanities. And the two hearts are sitting on the bridge of an open book, implying that knowledge enshrined in a book is a uniting and reconciling factor. Let's talk about this unity. First of all, unity is affirmed of a simple substance with different parts, which are so closely united together. What are these different parts? We are looking at scientific knowledge, humanistic knowledge, and it also includes a wisdom originating from divine revelation. So you see, the vision, the mission, and even the philosophy of Godfrey Okoye University that concentrates on the human being as a person in dialogue. And everything Godfrey Okoye does is to see how a synthesis of all these different aspects of knowledge are realized in a human person. So this is what drives Godfrey Okoye University. It's not just a simple fission of, but it goes beyond that to include ethical values. So a university is what the name when it is a giver of knowledge and value. And we know that no institution survives without value. You see, Godfrey Okoye University is the first university. We pride ourselves to be the first in Nigeria to establish a directorate of ethics. So, and it shows that as if faith is part of everything we do. Ethics, value, that is what drives progress and everything we do in academics. Godfrey Okoye University flagged off its academic activities in 2009 with just 2 faculties. Now, we are running 5 faculties: arts, education, law, management and social sciences, natural sciences, and environmental studies. And we have 41 programs in the undergraduate program and 40 programs in the PG programs. So across the faculties, we are also running PGD, Masters, and PhD programs. That's how far we have gone. And it might interest you to know that with all the challenges education is facing in our world today, a pandemic and things like that, Godfrey Okoye University was not stopped by any of these challenges. We concluded the 2019 session. We have recently concluded the 2020-2021 session. And while we are here, we are announcing that the 2021-2022 session admission is open so that qualified students can enroll.
Okay, before we get to that point, let's engage Chinelo. You were the best graduating student during your time, and tell us, what was the experience like?
Being a student of Godfrey Okoye University is an opportunity of a lifetime. I like to think that it's something that has, or just one of the core experiences of my life that has shaped me to the person that I am today. Just like Sister said, it's a school that trains you not just in academics. They are very interested in the overall, development of their students. We often have this Sunday reflections when I was there that when we have the Vice Chancellor come and talk to us and just like we'll read Bible verses and he'll like just advise us, and we will also have professors and reverend sisters come now and then and talk to us, and we also had like small class sizes, so we had one-on-one interactions with our lecturers, so you would feel like you're part of a community. It's not one of those schools where you're just an abstract student struggling somewhere. Everybody kind of knows everybody and everybody wants everybody to do well. It's something that I carry with me everywhere that I go. I owe Godfrey Okoye University so much. They shaped me to the person that I am today. It's a great place.
Okay, and Chisom, you are currently working in the university, right, as a graduate assistant. What does it feel like working for and in your alma mater?
Okay. Working as a graduate assistant is actually a pleasure and an honor for me because I can relate with the students. Godfrey Okoye University is my university. It's my alma mater. That was where I schooled, so I can actually relate with the students. I feel their pain. I know how it feels to be there because I was there, so I can relate. I understand the problems, situations, whatever it is they are passing through, I can relate because I was once a student there. And then working as a graduate assistant is actually not stress for me because other people might see it as stress, but for me, it's like passion because I'm doing this for my own university. I'm doing this for Godfrey Okoye University, the university that shaped me into the person I am today. Just like Sister have said and Miss Chinelu rightfully said, our university is not just interested in building up someone who is just educated, but our Godfrey Okoye University focuses more on your character as well. Our university builds up someone that is balanced in both learning and character. You can match the two together. So working as a graduate assistant for me is a passionate thing to do. I don't see it as stress because I want to see my school moving forward. I want to see Godfrey Okoye University going forward. I want to be part of that, development. I want to experience everything, work with them, see places where I can come in and grow with the student. So for me, it's a beautiful experience. And then students grow to trust in you more because they know you were once a student.
Okay.
So whatever you tell them, they feel okay. You were in our shoe. So whatever you are telling us now is standard. Whatever you are telling us is just the truth. So they relate more, they trust whatever you say, and It's a wonderful experience.
All right, back to you, Sister Professor Mary Sylvia Nwachukwu. Why should parents or guardians consider the university? I'm talking about Go University. You said earlier that you're already planning for your 2021-2022 session to open. So I believe you're trying to tell people what uniqueness the university brings so as to allow them make their choice. So
Yeah,
tell
first
us.
of all, I know that many universities in the country are still struggling to finish the last academic session. And we are through with it, and we're beginning with a new one. This is all thanks to management. You see, management is a lot for tertiary institutions. When a school is managed well, properly, and when it's able to overcome challenges that are really that the education sector is facing today, then it's something that we owe to our children to make sure that the education is functioning well. We have a lot in our scorecard. Okay, we have well-structured academic programs. Learning is integrated with practical experience. All our programs are accredited by NUC and by professional bodies. We have exchange programs with partner universities. You see, Chinelo recently won a scholarship, and this is how Godfrey Okoye opens the students to several opportunities. That's why you see today collaboration is everything. No institution can do it all. So we stretch our hands near and far as USA, England, Austria, Germany, collaborating with other institutions. Our students travel every year to these places to gain more experiences, those who can travel. We have an elaborate mentorship program, and we have modern library and laboratory facilities. In terms of environment, Godfrey Okoye University is called free. I can say it many times. The last time I was here, I said it, and one person called me. I said it is not true. It can't happen. At Godfrey Okoye University, it happens. The environment is called free. We have a serene learning environment, 24-hour security on campus, and comfortable accommodation with good electricity and water supply. In terms of technology, we are ICT enabled. Thanks to ICT, our university was able to continue its academic activities in spite of the pandemic. As soon as everywhere was shut down, we immediately went online, and lectures continued with students, and the ability to help staff and students to be ICT compliant. And this has been part of our culture before the pandemic, so it was really not very difficult for us to shift all classes online during the pandemic. And we have the best campus radio.
Well, if you say best, I don't know who judged that. If there is anybody that did the
Yes.
well, until we get that, okay. Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay, finally, Godfrey Okoye University is the leading private university in the Southeast. Leading private university in the Southeast. So as the discussion goes on, we can say many.
Okay, for the requirements, you said that the 2021-2022 session has resumed, right? So for people that you said may be considering and would need to make decisions on which tertiary institution to enroll their wards into, what are the basic requirements for Godfrey Okoye University?
The basic requirements for full admission into Godfrey Okoye University is O-level results, 5 credits in the required subjects of a chosen course, including English and mathematics. The minimum JAM score for Godfrey Okoye University is 160 for all programs and 200 for law.
Okay, so with the exception of law, others 160.
Yes, law 200 and all the other programs 160 JAM score. And candidates who did not choose Godfrey Okoye University as their first choice university can do a change of institution with JAMB to make Godfrey Okoye University their first choice. And possession of a JAMB admission letter completes the admission process. So we ensure that by the end of the admission process, all our students will have gotten the JAMB admission letter.
Okay.
So, and we admit in 3 modes. The first mode is UTME, that's the possession of a JAMB result. Direct entry, which the candidate should have at least an NCE or OND or HND or a JUPEB certificate. And then we have the School of Postgraduate Studies. I said that before. So these are the different modes of admission into Godfrey Okoye University. The candidate is supposed to log in on our website and fill the admission form. From there, the conversation with the candidate begins.
Okay.
So the first requirement is log into www.gouni.edu.ng and fill the admission form.
Does it cost anything?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just log in and fill. Before the end of 3 working days, the candidate will have gotten a response.
All right. You are listening to 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM. This is The Assembly. You've also been hearing the voices of Sister Professor Mary Sylvia Nwachukwu, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Godfrey Okoye University, Enugu. Also here in the studio is Ms. Chinelo Ene, a Go University graduate, and Chisom Okoli, Graduate Assistant, Go University. We have been talking about benefits of functional and effective tertiary education. Now, let me tell you that this program is sponsored by Go University. We'll open the phone line shortly, 0902 00200925 or 0809 88888925.
We are excited to announce that admissions into Godfrey Okoye University have begun for the 2021-2022 academic session. Basic requirements for full admissions into Godfrey Okoye University are O-level results with 5 credits in the required subjects of chosen course of study, including English and mathematics. Minimum JAMB score, Faculty of Law, 200, and other faculties 160. Candidates who did not choose Godfrey Okoye University as their first choice university should do a change of institution to make Godfrey Okoye University their first choice university. Possession of JAMB admission letter completes the admission process. Candidates are invited to visit www.gouni.edu.ng and click admission. Follow the guidelines, fill the form, and submit. Available programs are in the faculties of Arts, Education, Law, Management and Social Sciences, Natural Sciences, and Environmental Studies.
Thank you for staying here. It's 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM, The Assembly. And we have been talking about benefits of functional and effective tertiary education. Here in the studio, we have Godfrey Okoye University well represented. We have Sister Professor Mary Sylvia Nwachukwu, DVC of Go University. Ms. Chinelo Ene is here. She's a graduate of Go University, and Chisom Okoli, Graduate Assistant in Go University. So, Sister Professor Mary Sylvia, please tell us what's the relationship, or what usually is here of these tussle between students and management because of some unmanaged or not well managed issues or differences, and then it becomes blown up. So what is the relationship like?
I think I will answer that question by first of all saying that it's very interesting to work with young people. They're a very interesting group, and in order to work well with them, you need to understand the way they think and what they like to do. To work with young people is a vocation. It's not just uh, it's not just doing your work and going away. You must be with them. You must understand their passion. These are dreamers. You must dream with them. You must speak their language in order to direct them aright. You must be one with them. We have a vice chancellor who is a friend of young people. He's always with them. And like Chinelo said, he spends his life with them. He's approachable. They can approach the vice chancellor at any time. Some of us went through universities where they never saw the vice chancellor until they graduated or even approached his office. Students of Godfrey Okoye University can speak and dialogue and spend time with the vice chancellor. And if you are friendly with them, then you can manage them. You can actually train them. Somebody says no young person is unteachable. You only need to devise a modern means of staying with young people and understand their dreams and passion in order to get things right. In order for them to listen to you and understand, because our times are different from yesteryears. Young people's passion is different from what it used to be now. In fact, when they sing, you hardly understand the words of that music, but they understand it. You just sit and admire them.
Okay.
And it's not easy to get them to sit down and listen to lectures, but you must have to devise a way of making them sit. We do lecture monitoring, and we know there's a the minimum standard. A student must have listened to 75% of the lectures. So at Godfrey Okoye University, if you don't have up to 75%, you don't do exams. We also intercept different parts of the day with prayer. They must pray in their hostels before they join the common prayer, either mass or worship for non-Catholics. And we also have a prayer ground for Muslims.
So non-Catholics can come to Godfrey Okoye University?
Godfrey Okoye University is open to everyone, irrespective of age, religion, and culture. So they have time for prayers, they have time for, lecture. They also have a time to retire. And when it is time to retire, they must sign in and sign out. So such measures exist. So it's a way of managing a human being without being too strict or too relaxed. So that's what present generation needs. They need to see that you are not a dog that barks without biting. But they will also need to see that you are a fellow dog who can play.
Okay. Well, earlier today in the news, we saw that the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, that is TUC, was complaining about the rising cost of living in the country. It's no news. The inflation rate. When you go to the market, you see how hard it's biting, and sometimes you can hear of people not being able to continue in school, especially private institutions, because of the kind of economic challenges we're faced with. And when students like this drop out, do you have a system in place to accommodate especially indigent students?
Yes, this is one of the things we have in our scorecard. Godfrey Okoye University is the first university to have a robust system of scholarship for indigent students. Presently, we have more than 150 students who are on scholarship at Godfrey Okoye University. And the scholarship functions in two ways. Some are given full scholarship because they are indigent, but they must pass the scholarship exam. Others are students who are faced with misfortune, either the death of a parent or a sponsor. And when that happens, Godfrey Okoye University takes over the education of the student. And we are training students from all over the country, even students from the north, especially those who are displaced. So we have such a system of coming in to help students, especially those who are very intelligent, to finish their education without any problem.
All right, you've been listening to 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM. Feel free to ask questions, okay? Benefits of functional and effective tertiary education. And here in the studio, Godfrey Okoye University is well represented. Remember, I said this program is sponsored by Go University. So, Sister Professor Mary Sylvia Nwachukwu is here, DVC of Go University. You can call us on the number 0902 002095. She'll answer your questions if you need clarification more on how to enroll with Godfrey Okoye University if you're trying to make that choice. 0809 8888 or 0902 002095. On the Facebook page, you can join us there as well. That's 925 Dream FM. Drop your questions or your comments there and we'll rightly acknowledge them. Okay, let's also find out from you before we take calls. Sister Professor Mary, okay, let's take this call before I ask that question of mine. Good evening and welcome to the assembly. Okay, 0809 8888 Good evening, welcome. Are you there? Okay, for some reason we can't hear you on the phone lines, but you can keep trying or send us a message on the Facebook page. Send a message 925 Dream FM. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome. What's your name?
This is Martin.
Martins, where are you calling from?
Martin. Calling from Isuzu.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Martins, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Okay, for some reason.
Some other courses that have been offered apart from law, because it just stated that some other courses and the cutoff is 160. What are other courses that are offered in the university?
Okay. So, Martins wants to know the other courses that are offered in Go University. Okay, Martins, thank you very much for your call. He said he was able to pick law, which you said the cutoff mark is 200, and then others 160. So he wants you to mention them. But let's take this call. Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Welcome, sir. What's your name?
I'm Prince John from Cross River State.
Prince, welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, please, Prof. Good evening, Prof. Now, I wish to find out the way your person is reading the website. Reading so far that I'm trying to catch up. I'm not able to read. And secondly, may we be brief on how the school fee would look like? Because I'm just tuning in.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So let's address the two questions we had. The first one from Martins, then Prince.
Okay, let me take the question on the courses. As I said, we are running on 5 faculties. In the Faculty of Arts, we have English and Literary Studies, Philosophy, Religious Studies, History and International Studies, and Music. Then in education, we have Biology Education, Chemistry Education, Computer Science Education, Mathematics Education, Physics Education, Business Education, English Education, and Education and History. And we have Education and Economics, Political Science Education, and Social Studies Education. These are all courses in the Faculty of Education. Then Law, in the Faculty of Law. In the Faculty of Management and Social Sciences, we have Accounting, Banking and Finance, Management, Marketing, Public Administration, Economics, International Relations, Political Science, Mass Communication, Psychology, and Sociology. Then in the Faculty of Natural Sciences and Environmental Studies, we have Biology, Biotechnology, Microbiology, Biochemistry, chemistry, industrial chemistry, computer science, mathematics, geography, geology and mining, physics, and architecture. So these are all the courses in the undergraduate programs.
Okay. So the second question we had from Charles. Charles was asking how
School fees. Yes, school fees.
How affordable?
We have affordable school fees. Affordable. Our school fees depending on the course of choice of study, is between 350 and 400,000 naira, which includes hostel. So as you said, the economic situation in Nigeria is very high, and it's not. Godfrey Okoye University is even cheaper than many secondary schools in Enugu, with 350,000 naira per session, which also includes hostel accommodation. Sometimes people go to a university that costs between 150 and 200,000 naira, but they don't calculate what they spend in transport and in hostel accommodation outside of the school fees. So all this must be calculated together to know exactly how affordable Godfrey Okoye University is.
Okay, we have questions. Have always been wonderful. Have always been key for that comment. And yes, let me allow you to answer that question. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Emmanuel,
Where you call?
and I want to apply for law. But I have all my credit in WAEC.
I think we need this under education. This under education and this under.
The faculty of natural and applied sciences are also found in education. Only that in education you study them within the program of education. So just as we have computer science under natural sciences and environmental studies, we also have computer science education for those who plan to make teaching the application.
From Nsuka, you texted from Nsuka. Pray as all students live inside the hostel. If yes, then what efforts do the school make to take care of their sanitation? So she has a lot of issues.
Yes, I would like to say that there are some students who have never prayed before, and those whom their parents find it very difficult to make them pray. But in the hostels, they get their turns to lead in prayers, and by praying often, they also learn to pray. I think our students pray. Okay, what's the next question?
Okay, she wants to know. Okay, all right. Good evening now. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Solomon calling from Enugu.
Solomon, go ahead.
I want to find out from the prof. Someone that did not make literature during WAEC, can that person do masters in English and literary studies at Godfrey Okoye University? That is someone that did not credit literature during WAEC level, and the person has done a first degree that is in another department. Can that person do masters in English and literary studies? And secondly, Godfrey Okoye University, is it just for the Catholics? As in, can non-Catholics be a student? Yes, thank you.
All right, I think the last question has already been answered before now.
Yes, Godfrey Okoye University is open to every student who is qualified to study. That's qualified in the sense that you have the required O-level results and JAMB score. So irrespective of religion and culture, Godfrey Okoye University is open to anybody who wants to study. Okay. And as I said, our requirements any student who is qualified in any sphere of study is admitted. Like somebody who wants to read English must have credited English and English literature. English literature is a compulsory subject requirement for the study of English.
Okay. Princess Vivian Golden asked if the school provides food or do students cook themselves?
Yeah, students are allowed to cook for themselves. They're allowed to bring in stoves when they come into the university. And we also have vendors who sell food on campus. So a student chooses how to live on campus, either cooking for him or herself or buying food from vendors.
Okay. Also, Francis Omagan Namani on the Facebook page said, "Good evening. Is in my erudite guest in the studio. The cost of tertiary education in Nigeria is nothing to write home about prior to the exorbitant tuition fees, handouts, and the likes. I am therefore appealing to government at all levels to invest hugely into the education sector and create an enabling environment to make tertiary education more palatable or affordable," he meant to say, to an average Nigerian. Okay. And before we round off, I'd like to also find out from you, Sister Professor Mary Sylvia Nwachukwu, what about, you talked about the exchange programs. How do they work? How often do students of Go Uni, do that? The
Yes,
exchange program.
every year students of Go Uni travel out, depending on the requests from our partner universities. When students request to do a certain program outside, then we look at our list to see which of our partner universities offers that course, and we help students to go there to study.
And you say you help students. Does that include financial help, or the students have to take care of the cost themselves?
The idea of partnership means that already there's an arrangement with our students so that they don't carry the entire financial burden on themselves. So that's the kind of help we get from our partner universities overseas. Students don't get to pay the entire school fees, but a subsidized amount, which their